Hi everyone, Radhe Radhe. In this video, we're going to be doing chapter 18, verse 22, and here he's talking about Tamoguna. So let's call out to Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Dear Bhagwan Shri Krishna, please help us understand this verse so that we can come closer to you and attain love for you, attain eternal, pure, undying, undiluted love for you. Okay, so let's sing the verse. Yattu Krishna vadekasmin karye saktamahaitukam atatvarthavadalpam cha tattamasamudahritam. And that knowledge by which one is attached to one kind of work has the all in all without knowledge of the truth, which is very meager, is said to be in mode of darkness. Basically, whatever we are doing, we think that that is it without knowledge of the truth. So what he says here is it is more like knowledge of animals, the knowledge of eating. What do animals do? Eating, sleeping, defending, and mating. This is what animals do. So what separates us is this knowledge, that knowledge of the scripture, directions of the scripture. We don't think that God is money. We don't think that knowledge means satisfaction of bodily demands. This is a little difficult for me to hear because all of my personal growth, 5 years that I dove into personal growth was all about this, wanting money and wanting it for the good of others, but wanting money and then wanting to satisfy the bodily demands. It was just, and I'm a part of still those groups and I'm reading those messages and I was like, I really loved that stuff at that time. And that was so ignorance, like so much ignorance. It's a little difficult for me because it wasn't that long ago. 3 years ago was when I came into this. It's not been the whole 3 years. It's not like the moment I came into this Krishna consciousness world, I immediately changed all of my thoughts around that. No, it's gradual and it's very recent where I'm like, okay, now that world seems so far away and it's difficult for me to even read those messages in that group. And all of my friends on Facebook are personal growth kind of related friends. I went to tons of conferences and seminars, and I connected with lots of people and connected with even online just generally. And now it's like what, mode of ignorance? Wow. Difficult to face our own reality sometimes, right? Difficult to face where we were and where we are right now. Hopefully, like we're working towards that. It's difficult to face where we are. It's like, okay, okay. So, and he's talking here about religious zealots who imagine themselves as self-appointed champions of God, and in the name of serving God, they disrupt society and obstruct in harmonious growth. So he's gone into that direction. Basically, mode of ignorance is people who think that there is nothing beyond what is visible. Basically, whatever is visible, that is it. We're working for just this. We think money is great and we think bodily satisfaction is great. So we're just following that and that's it. Okay. Let's see what Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. One whose attachment lies in activities such as bathing, eating, considering such tasks related to the body as important, has very little knowledge and is in ignorance. This is because such knowledge is trivial and baseless. In other words, it has no specific reason. There is no intention behind that, right? I want money. So what? What is the intention? Oh, I want to be able to live by the beach in a fancy beach house and I want to go. This is my dream. These are what I used to dream about. I want to be able to go into the ocean water and swim because I love the ocean water and I love swimming in ocean and I just want to be able to do that every morning. And that was my dream. But to what end? Well, it feels so lame now. It's like, okay, so then what? Then what? I do that. Then what? Is that it? Is that all? Is that what's going to give me happiness? Is there nothing more? I mean, the craving that human beings have for love, that is not a small thing. I mean, yeah, I wanted that, but I wanted it to be in a relationship, marriage, all of that kind of stuff. But then we are so desperately craving love, and we're not understanding that there is so much depth to it, way beyond what we see in this material world. We think that this is it. Therefore, one cannot derive any meaning in regards to the tattva. The conclusion is that the knowledge of the tat padartha, the Lord's constitutional identity, which is beyond the material bodies, sattvic gyan; knowledge of the shastras such as nyaya, which confirms various philosophies, rajasic gyan; knowledge concerned with activities such as bathing, eating, is tamasic gyan. I think the four things that Prabhupada said, right? The eating, sleeping, mating, defending, those things. Just basically animal, not going beyond what animals do. That's tamasic. And so here he's talking about, okay, Rajasic Gyan as being the Nyaya Gyan. Okay. Yeah, so the to me, it just, right now the world seems completely different. The world that I was in, not even maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago. 3 years ago was when I, almost 3 years ago, March 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago. Right now it's December, so less than 3 years ago, I came into this world of ISKCON. Before that, I just started believing in God. 2 months I had started believing in God. Before that, I was, atheistic pretty much. So just not that long ago, I was wanting all of these things, and I was thinking that this is good and this is, and now it just seems like such a world away. Like, why? What am I doing all of those things for? What if somebody is doing all of those things? What are they doing it for? We have such a deep, 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 deep longing for love. Such, every single human being, every single animal, every single living being has, every single plant. You can see that. I mean, apparently you can test, I don't know, some things from plants, and plants recognize the human beings that love them and take care of them from 2 miles away. Apparently there something changes. So that every single living being has this deep longing for love. Why can we not understand that there has to be a way for us to fulfill it? This is our nature. This is the nature of the soul. This is not the nature of this body, to have this deep longing for love. I saw this word somewhere, sacred longing. I think Sachinandan Maharaj wrote it in his living being book, living name book. Sacred longing. Yes, we have this sacred longing. Let's break through these shackles of this illusion and this maya, and follow the trail that sacred longing is taking us to, because that sacred longing is taking us to God, and that sacred longing is taking us to that ultimate form of ultimate love. Okay. Okay, that's it for this video. We'll wish you a day filled with lots of that sacred longing, lots of that sacred love, lots of that intensity of desire and eagerness that will take you to Bhagwan Shri Krishna, and that will take you to the bus stop, and where Bhagwan Shri Krishna's bus comes, and then his mercy, you will attract his mercy, and then he will be able to pull you out of it. Wish you a really beautiful spiritual day. Radhe Radhe.